Bridge building! Yeah, that's right. Bridge building. I built a bridge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But why did I build a bridge exactly? Well, you see, back in 1779, a man named Dr. Peter Lewis takes a look at the impact that the Industrial Revolution had on bridge building. The era of modern bridge building. Well, actually, it was for my Physics 12 final project, where I have to build a sturdy, strong bridge that will hopefully carry a lot of weight. Now, I'm glad we're doing this, because the only other option was a final exam. And, yeah, no. That. For our project, we were told that we have a month to plan, design, model, and print a bridge. So, let's start with number 1, planning. The material in which we have to make this bridge is just a cheap-ass material that is weak as fuck. The material we were given was MDF, or medium density fiberboard. It's a 304mm by 609mm by 3mm piece of MDF. We were tasked with making a bridge with this small, cheap piece of wood. It's that bad. But, and along with this, the teachers gave us a shit ton of rules that's just gonna make it harder, including the bridge span must be 500mm. The total length of the bridge must be between 520mm and 550mm. Maximum width of the truss/beams is 10mm. No X's in the trusses, and so on. And now, after all that, taking all that into consideration, it's time for step 2, designing. Now, of course, brilliant as I am, I was able to design a working structure before we moved on to a computer lab to start 3D modeling our lovely, hard thought out designs. Yeah, no, I didn't actually plan or design anything. I just improvised something completely random in Fusion 360, our modeling software we used. But it wasn't all improvised. Well, it was, but it was a tactical improvise, you see. Basically, I did know what I was doing. But now that you know the truth, let's just move on to step 3, modeling. Now, after randomly, I mean tactically placing lines, trusses, and the holes everywhere, I came up with this. And don't worry, I made sure it met all the requirements for the laws that were in place. Now, if you haven't gathered already, all these little holes you see are where the little beams I've made will slot right into. And if you don't know what I mean by that, this design here will be split into 2 because it's a 3D bridge. And that's what we're making, a 3D bridge. But other than that, as seen here, most of the beams will be straight, flat down, but these in the middle area are facing upwards. Why is that? Well, I put them this way because they hold the platform of weight much better than those that are facing straight down. These little divots in the side of my bridge are for stability when going onto the testing platform, where we will have to brake, my bridge for science reasons, obviously. And finally, after I was done modeling, I was able to move on to the final step, printing. Getting things set up for the laser printer wasn't actually that bad. Mostly because I didn't do it. A teacher did for me. But, at last, I, alone, laser printed my lovely, wonderful bridge. And behold, look at it, in all its glory. It is indeed glorious. But wait, you may ask, where are the rest of the middle beams? There appear to be some missing. Yeah, well, here they are. When I was modeling my bridge, I thought it was a good idea to make the width of the beam holes 3.125 millimeters rather than 3 millimeters, which is what our teacher said we should do. I thought I was being so smart by doing exact measurements compared to the piece of MDF that we were getting. But then our teacher exclaimed that the holes should be exactly 9.7 millimeters by 3 millimeters. If it isn't, the beams won't exactly be a tight fit. And wouldn't you know, when I try to put them in, it doesn't fucking fit. Please work, please! But at least I still made the length of them all 9.7 millimeters, so the ones that are closed off are still a nice snap fit. But now, why don't we move on to part 2 of the project, the weight test. And at last, we are here, the testing room. And in the testing room, this, the lovely contraption. This contraption is the pulley and the measuring system that will break my beautiful bridge and measure how much weight it held. This is quite a bitter moment right now because I know for a fact that this wretched thing will win against my bridge. But hopefully there is some sweetness from it by holding up better than the competition. And now, without further ado, breaking the bridge.
Let it happen, Cap. Twisty, break it. 2
Welp, there it is. Shattered. Poor thing barely stood a chance. This is so sad. But did you hear it? It said 284 in the clip. Why? Well, because that is the amount of stress in newtons that my bridge held before it was destroyed, which is roughly 26 to 28 kilograms. And mind you, the class average is around 240 to 250 newtons, which means mine was above average. But yeah, not much else to say other than that was a fun project. Teachers, I know you're watching this. I better get a good mark for this. And so, thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget that you can subscribe with that funny red button below. And I'll see all of you in the next video. See ya!